Hello everybody, this is Ricky from H.R.I. Services, and today's video is going to be on welding thin aluminums. This picture is of one of the factory welds on the carts I am welding today. There was absolutely no penetration from the weld bead to the angle. I have no clue what held it together this long. Thinner material is harder to weld correctly. It is difficult to weld thinner material and get good fusion of the materials without burning through the material. My welding machine of choice is the Miller Dynasty 200DX, which does have pulsed arc, and I could use that on thin material, and I do sometimes, but it is much easier to get good penetration with a backer plate / heat sink. Specifically today I will be repairing some aluminum cheese carts for Renard's cheese. In today's world, everyone wants to buy the lowest cost items, thinking they are saving money. So in order to make items cost less, the manufacturers build items lighter, less material costs. First off, remember some basics of welding. The thinner the material, the smaller the diameter tungsten you want to use, and also the smaller the diameter of the filler wire you will want to use. This weld, as you can see, has broken, and you can see by looking at this piece of material that there is absolutely no penetration into that material. You can see that the weld is there yet, and you can see that it's stuck to the square tube here, but it did not stick to the angle. So I'm going to use a heat sink on the back side of that angle, which in this case would be a piece of flat bar, and I will put this piece of flat bar in behind there, and then I will clamp it into place right where it's supposed to be, and then I will make that weld. So the heat sink back here will draw the heat away from this thin piece of 1/16 material, which will make this weld so that I can complete it and get good penetration on the piece of material. So there is the small piece of aluminum angle that is clamped to the 1-inch piece of aluminum square tube with the 1/4 inch by 1 1/4 heat sink clamped onto the back of it. Now there's some things that you can do that I want to add in here with aluminum. Is my shop is rather cold right now. It's down to about 45-50 degrees, so the aluminum is cold. Aluminum does not weld very well when it's cold. The whole thing has to get up to temperature. So two things you can do. One is always keep your ground reasonably close to where you're welding. It has less area that needs to get up to temperature. Another thing you can do is do somewhat of a preheat just to get the aluminum up to temperature. Now obviously aluminum melts at a fairly low temperature, so you don't want to get too crazy here and put too much heat into it because you will melt it. But preheating it will help. So there is the completed weld. I started on this side, as you could see, and worked along here, increased my heat until it was hot enough to be able to make a puddle. Welded and added filler material as I was going here, and I was actually walking the cup. My cup was against both the vertical piece and the horizontal piece. You can do that on aluminum only when it's fillet weld. And then when you get over to the other side here, you start backing the heat down, and then before it solidifies, put an extra dab of rod on this end, which will stop it from creating a divot, because that divot is where you will always end up with the crack starting of your weld. So looking at this weld here, you can see exactly what I'm talking about. They started the weld here, and they welded progressively along here. They finished the weld on this end and left the divot right here without giving it another little bit more filler material, and that's where the crack started, and you can see that it's propagating its way back through. That's the end of this video. If anybody would want me to make something specific, let me know and I'll see what I can do. Thanks for watching.